I did the 100-day challenge in GEF and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Not only did I become a dictator, but I also made the most indestructible base you have ever seen. Let's get right into it. As soon as I spawned, there was a GEF after me. With nothing to defend myself, I used the windows to evade the blob and grabbed chocolate. That's when I saw the bat. Close to death, I did not want to fail the challenge on the first day. That would have been embarrassing. Day 2 began and there was a couple taking base at the store. So I helped them build with my strong hand as I stroked the mouse intensely. That's when Obstructa and Kev came. These two would help me rule the server later. Just like any king, I needed soldiers to help me survive this chaotic land. But first, I would need to build a perfect castle to protect us from mouths that want to suck us off. When the next day started, Kev has already brought me a lot of supplies. Suddenly, I had a brilliant idea that sounded so crazy that it might work. If GEFs couldn't get past lanterns, then I should surround the base so Diddy GEF couldn't either. The hunt for lanterns began, and it was a dangerous trip that almost costed me the whole challenge. Just for one lantern before the sun started setting. That's when Bacon Hair Kid gave me a medkit, which saved my life. Unfortunately, it costed him his own, so I avenged him. He was a real one for that. Thank you, FF. But it wasn't the end since the biters brought an army to take us down. Thankfully, we had supplies to get us through the night. For the 4th day, I needed to start surrounding the roof with lanterns. Just moments later, Obstructa came with his own army. Luckily, he was on my side since he had the power to end me instantly, which is something I would use to punish those who defy me. Just as I finished one layer of lights, Neymar tried to steal a lantern. Luckily, I grabbed it first before he attempted to snatch another one. Good thing he was as big as a footlong from Subway, which gave GEFs enough time to attack him.
Help me, please.
This act of rebellion was not going to be the last of it, because people can also be just as bad as the monsters. When the sun woke up, it was finally time to work on the rooftop. We needed to make it too tight for Daddy GEF to squeeze through. That's when I realized one of my lanterns were missing, so I searched for it and found it being used by others. I was going to take it, but since Bacon Hair Kid saved me, I let them have it. Did the others take my mercy as a sign to not steal from the king? No, and that's when the Lantern King laid down his laws. If they were going to ruin my shelter and endanger my people, then I too shall ruin theirs. So I placed a plank on the floor to block the door. After Kev helped me clear the base, I paid the others a visit, where I ended up trapping them inside until the 6th day started. Hopefully that warning was enough for them to learn their lesson, just like how Obstructa learned I'm not paying child support. Day 7, I started building a small tunnel system that would provide space between the roof and GEFs while Kev imprisoned one of the thieves. I'm fine with them taking our health supplies, but lanterns were like gold to me. Chafflex gave me supplies as a peace offering while I itched my ass. The fight was finally over and there was only munchers to worry about. Until Japin started to tear down my roof, starting a flame as red as her hair that would spark a war. Even though I welcomed them with open arms, my kindness was not enough. Fred over here was going to be the first victim of my reign of terror. That's when I trapped him inside with the lantern he stole. Since he wants it so bad, he can have it. When night started, I was surrounded and couldn't get in my base. Maybe this was karma for taking things too far, but I survived, so I didn't care. The 9th day was pretty good. My roof was looking decent and my fellow soldiers captured Chafflex for taking a lantern, but I excused him since it was a mistake. He would just have to wait till Big D GEF smashes the planks loose. Then this girl came to steal lanterns again. She must have been born blonde, cause there's no way that she's that dumb. Kev was ready to throw her cheeks in jail, so she tried to attack us with a bat. Then Frey joined in by destroying our planks while Japin D's nuts stole the lanterns. It was pretty funny seeing them dig their grave. That's when I clapped back by blocking off one of their bases. I was going to punish every single one of them since it was their fault for making a gap that allowed Big GEF to break the wall. Here's an example of a lantern blocking Smeagol from entering our back entrance.
Why does he always look so constipated?
Anyways, day 11 I realized FF has joined their side and raided our base for supplies, so I made sure to block even more doors. Then I put FF in jail for betraying me. He must have been their leader since since Japan and Namor tried stopping me. The Three Stooges messed with the wrong jongleur. Since there was nowhere else to go, they stayed in my base for the night. I gave them no choice but to rely on my protection. But I still needed more lanterns since there was still big gaps. The following day, I covered the lanterns with planks so no one can steal them, which proved to work since Frey tried stealing one inside a day later, so he gave up when he couldn't take one. Later, I jumped on Kev and rode into the sunset. Silly Billy also joined to help me defend the base. Unfortunately, there was another hole in our fortress. This old girl needed an upgrade. Before I can do that, this girl named Natit started to tear down my roof, so Obstructa used his powers to send her out of existence. I guess brute force was the only thing to stop others from attacking, just for Mr. Colostrol to tear down the wall again. This could have been avoided if people didn't take my lanterns. Kev also died, which was the saddest thing to happen. Thankfully, he died peacefully. Shh, it's okay, Kev. Just die already, please. The 16th day was pretty peaceful, with no one left to defy me. It was a period of time where everyone was chill. It was finally time to place more lanterns without interruption, until Sped GEF busted all over the wall. I swear, there's never a peaceful moment to last. Then Kev died again. He's just doing it for attention. He'll be alright. Day 17 was about adding another layer of lanterns on the sides. Even if the building respawns, the lamps would still be there. This took all day to complete. With Big D bitch face after me, it was a perfect time to test for gaps. When it was over, I patched up the wood and placed more lanterns. After remodeling the entrance, I spent the whole day fortifying the holes in the wall. If GEFs get through, then we're screwed. When the 19th day started, Hitchum, Kev, Obstructa, and Silly Billy surrounded me for a picture. Thanks guys, you're the best. Later that night, my health was really low, so I let the others kill the flesh balls. You would think I'd be the best muncher hunter after all the time I played, but at least I'm the smartest builder there is. Like how it protected Hannah Montana from Giddy. Anyways, day 21 there was a lantern floating in the air, which is what happens when planks disappear. With nothing else to do, I placed more lanterns down and covered them with my hard wood. Also, Silly Billy opened up a store in the castle, and I made a tunnel to the entrance on the 23rd day. It was actually looking pretty good. I was finally able to go AFK to Pete. GEFs had a hard time getting in, Silly Billy's store was flourishing, and there was barely any repairs needed. So I spent some time admiring Hitchum's hut. Good job, buddy. It was time to build a tunnel for people to get inside safely. First I had to tear down planks, next I tried getting in Hitchum's hut, but couldn't fit since I'm not a midget. After that, I turned down more wood, then prepared to commit murder on Chafflix, just for me to forget about the tunnel and see how good looking I am. Also, I went to AFK for like a whole day before I helped fortify Hobbit's hut. That's when I saw a horde of druggies tripping out on wood dust. The silence really made me feel uneasy since only the drunk one was attacking us. Day 28, a bunch of GEFs stacked up on each other. Obstructa tried waking them up, but nothing worked. Whatever, I had to finish the roof I forgot about 4 days ago. Duo was back after forever, so that was nice to see him again. There was also a very tall pillar a day later, so I climbed up it when night was over. Why? I don't know, but at least there was a good view of the city. Then I wasted 4 days doing nothing. At some point, I talked about tearing down orphanages, and Duolingo came to teach me how to say oil up in Spanish. Eventually, I had to fix a hole in the ceiling, which led to me fortifying the whole base. People were also making a base between pillars. Wait, why is Obstructa taking advantage of me? That sick son of a... Besides that, nothing really happened until Gary showed up 37 days in. We also connected the hut to our base, and the pillar was cut down by someone for some reason. When day 40 started, I was feeling bored since there was nothing else to do that wouldn't put my life at risk. So I got on a Discord call with Gary and Spam. Just tell me if you can hear this real quick. All I have to do now is survive 58 more days. Even Daddy GEF was shocked by how far I gotten. I felt invincible, like nothing was going to stop me, until I stepped foot outside and was immediately surrounded by GEFs. So yeah, I failed the 100-day challenge on day 43, and I actually felt relieved. GEF is a fun game. I enjoy playing it, but focusing on surviving took the fun away from what the game is really about, and that's building a community, big or small, which is what I'll be doing next. In the meantime, go ahead and watch the other GEF videos, which is all neatly packed into this playlist. My name is DeathIsPlenty, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, bitches.